now to bring our evening to
Very good.
lovely evening to a halt.
I mean, not straight away, obviously, but now to welcome our final poet of the evening. Please welcome back Sue John.
Yay!
Right, I'm back to a couple more poems from Rented, and this is the title poem. It's the only one in the collection that actually deals with male prostitution. Rented.
Oh.
That kiss was not the debutante's kiss, bought at De Beers, then deposited in the country pile. That kiss was certainly not the girl's kiss, purchased with ponies and funds in trust. That kiss was not the kiss that was not the kiss in the back of the Daimler that was never a kiss, but something more urgent exchanged for a single note. That kiss, one of many kisses you will deliver in this stuccoed hallway, was the boyfriend experience. Your manly hands enfolding his face, your tongue at the back of his throat. That kiss, my dear, can only be rented. This was inspired by famous prostitutes from the Bible. Mary, I think that most of you have heard of, and also Rahab, who allegedly helped the Hebrews bring down the walls of Jericho. God said that I am stranger than the honey on my lips. My mouth is as smooth as oil, easing me along to a bitter end. These stilettos are bound for hell. I say, couldn't your son wash his own feet? Don't bring my hair into it. I'm dry-eyed and my perfume stays right behind my ears. My attic brings salvation to many men, and my walls don't even crack. This town isn't Jericho, baby. I can worship the moon if I wish. There is no faith to save me. I will not go in peace. So a couple more train poems, and this is called Train Fairies, and they do exist. Train Fairies. Born of a baby's first laugh in Dover, I had ambitions to work on the Eurostar, but train fairies receive a mixed lot. I've been shunted to a suburban Neverland, where I flit amongst the litter leavers and loud phone callers, will be greeted by will-o'-the-wisps at unlit stations and drawn to the woods. If your wedding plans can be heard in the adjoining carriage, your precious diamond ring could vanish. As I brush past kindly seat-givers and luggage lifters who'll get promoted and not catch as much as a cold all winter, I can be propositioned with healthy carb-free snacks or honeyed milk. Take note, fairies hate bread and salt. The darklings, with senses heightened, will emerge from the shadows of first class, smelling narcissism, tasting greed, their tiny ears ringing with meanness. As stuffed shirts rise to plough through the peasants on the platform, with all of their papers rearranged and messages deleted, they must mind the gap. We all know it's getting wider. So a few of the train poems I've written have been sort of historical ones, like this one that harks back to the first steam trains in the UK. And there was a lot of very strange myths going around, or how could happen if you travelled on a train. There was a lot of opposition to the first trains, initially by very rich people until they realised how much they could make out of it. But also, of course, these trains were very much part of the Industrial Revolution as well. This is called Flight. Flight 1. The estate will not be cleaved, sheep blackened, or hunting routes halted by clattering iron. Cheshire's old money bellows from the library. I was a cuckoo child, left by a consumptive widow on the wing. My nest a tied cottage that already housed a pair of weaving daughters. But a boy does not need looks to marry. I had a body that could work the land and survive a journey on a train, though I'd yet to see one. Paler than on her wedding night, a corseted lady, pumping gossip into her constricted heart, learns how her womb could explode under speed. Safe with our cows and cabbages, we did not fear machinery until the top hats came, measured up our steepest gradients, and sang like thrushes their chorus of steam. The power that could smash the slow way we moved within our shells and pull us wriggling from the soil. A young lord, schooled only in gambling and buggery, enters politics, and his family raise a toast to the railways and their generous compensation. 2. I am cursed by my past complaints. Milking at first light, the inadequate plough, poaching in the dark woods. There is an uncommon mourning for what was never your own. Inside the mills of Manchester, we call the countryside from its contradictions. The overseers, like crows, have a memory for faces. They recognise our youngest, not from her missing fingers, but by the look she wears since they came as a murder to cut off her hair. 3. Behind the blanket that divides our damp basement, my sisters, dreaming of screech owls, are woken by the first locomotive pulling into Liverpool Road. Right, something a bit light-hearted to finish with. This has got nothing to do with prostitutes or trains. Well, actually, a slight bit to do with trains, because it's written after the really terrible storms of 2014, and they were bad in a lot of places, but they were really bad in Cornwall. And I say it's partly about trains because from Dawlish down, the railway line was cut off for months. So this is inspired by that, but it's also a bit of a love story, and it's called Wet Paint. I want to capture the storm in oils, Geoffrey, retired seaman and artist. Oh no, Jeannie, model student and love interest, who brings him heavy cake, still warm in the tin. He has a vision of her, washed up at low bar, bloated and pale with one shoe and no knickers.
Oh.
'Tis dangerous, my love. They've lifted the boats. I must insist you stick to still life until this blows over. At the Mount, it's a Black Flag Day. The harbour master curses the elements that have crushed the work of giants. A crushed giant finishes his dinner at the Newlyn Mission. It boards up its eyes as he heads for the Sawdy, nets a shoal of rum and shrubs, and as awash as the bulks, takes on Paul Hill at the mercy of the weather. Down road, they're watching Dawlish on the news, joking that the damage should have happened further up, settling for semi-isolation, albeit with Devoners, agreeing that climate change is all the fault of foreigners and channel hopping for anything on Nigel Farage. As the jet stream weakens and the rain rides up country, the painters of Port Leven are easeled from the terraces. Capture what you can name from memory, ladies, then frame it for your own protection. Ultramarine for a missing crabber, a crimson buoy for focus. But I've so many beaches and harbours, Geoffrey. Can we not master the waters beyond? If there's two things I fear in this life, Jeannie, 'tis shop-bought bacon and an artist too far out at sea.
Yeah.
Susan, John's there. Lovely thought, lovely thought. So we've had a brilliant evening, I think, a lovely evening, and I want
Yes,
to
we have.
thank first of all the open mic poets who were Camilla Reeve, Andy Frost, Steve Desane, Joseph Matty, and Kate B. Hall. P.R. Murray,
Yay!
Sue Johns, Elaine.
Magic event!
We'll be back on the 23rd of November. The bookstall is still open. I've rattled the bucket for Macmillan nurses, so put some more money if you can, and we'll hopefully see you soon. The bar is open.
bar.
Yeah.
November, Parallel Press are holding a mini book fair from 1:30pm to 4pm. Camilla can give you more information about that. She is the owner of Parallel Press, which constantly published The Ghost of Franz Kafka. I haven't mentioned that book yet, but it's here for sale. But that afternoon event will feature, I think, 10 authors reading from their own books published fairly recently. So that's
So
a free
please come and enjoy it.
free event, isn't it?
I've got time.
It's actually a fiver.
Oh, it's £5. Sorry, it's not a free event.
He's just ruining this,
Free
isn't
if you
he?
get 5.
Okay, so that's it.
Some wine and a book.
Excellent, nice one. Yeah.